Hello, thank you for joining me today. I'm Jimmy Jam Oracle, and we are here today to do a reading for Foodie Beauty. What was I going to say? Let's welcome the spirits who are here today to guide us through this reading, and I say welcome to you. Thank you for joining. I just said that. Cool. I'm doing great today. I have my handy dandy notebook to help me with my readings, since I am still new at this. And let's just get into it. I'm gonna do the Celtic cross again. I seem to get like a really good detailed reading off of that, and I would like more practice with it, so good as time as any. So let's do a nice Celtic cross for Foodie. Give me a second. I can remember how to lay it out. Right, okay. So the first card. So, okay, the first one represents the present position. So it can represent the questioner or the circumstances in which the questioner currently lives, or influences at work right now. So this is present day. Foodie, we have the Two of Swords. She is reversed. Let's take a look. Oops. So I have a bad habit of going right by the card. So someone is not telling the whole story. Alright, a lie could upset the balance. Insist on complete honesty. Spoiler alert, Foodie is not telling the truth. I didn't need the spirits for that, but nice that they can confirm that for us. Rule number 1 always applies. Okay, so we have second card, immediate influences. So it could be obstacles that the questioner faces or influence laying just ahead. So what? Laying just ahead. We have the Ace of Rods. And you can see the card, the way it lays down, it literally goes across the questioner. Or the questioner situation. It says everything is springing to life in this card. Energy abounds could signify the beginning of an exciting new enterprise, career, or course of study. There is rumor going around that Chantal is starting a new YouTube channel. I think in our last live stream though, she said she wasn't. So, but in my last video, I said that she might be going back to Unicity. And now, she doesn't have to go back to Unicity, but she could have joined like another MLM. And that's what that's representing. But let's continue, see if we get more details. The third card, I believe, is the goal or destiny. So, it also can indicate what the questioner can expect given the current state of affairs, and give a clue to the questioner's hopes and fears for the future. And that goes right above the questioner. We have the Emperor. Ooh. All right. So this is associated with the sign of the Aries. The rambly Foodie is an Aries. The Emperor represents the earthly father, depicted as the Roman Emperor. He is the personification of temporal power. Suggests the accumulation of material wealth. Although disciplined and visionary, he keeps his emotions under wraps. Can also indicate a desire for independence. Now, a desire for independence could be a good, because if you guys remember when she was in Bangkok, she was completely off the leash. And some people are saying that this rage that she just had, which was disgusting, by the way, that was just accumulation of her frustration that she no longer has that freedom that she had in Bangkok. Because in Bangkok, she did what she wanted. She ate what she wanted. There was no one telling her no. There was no one, keeping an eye on her. She didn't have to rely on Salah to order anything or to get her anything. She literally just had everything she wanted right there within the same, like, 2 blocks. And I think it gave her a lot of independence. The same when she goes back to Canada, she gets a lot of independence from there. Also, the emperor represents a father figure. So I have a funny feeling too that maybe Chantal does have like a hope of like being reconnected with her father or having like that personal relationship with her dad. I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot because I'm thinking. Uh, well, who was it? French Fry Gorl. She's one that I usually watch with for reactions. She said that Chantal and her father just abandoned her when she was a kid and didn't really have much to do with her life, and that could be this hope that Chantal has is to someday fulfill that role that was missing from her life, despite the fact she should be well beyond that at her age. But I think we all secretly hope for childhood dreams to be fulfilled in adulthood, so don't knock her for that. Let's go on to the next card, Distant Past Foundation. So this card is supposed to explain the how the current situation came about. It can include the questioner's personal history or other background information, including childhood or early life experience. So then this card is behind the questioner. We have the Empress, and she is reversed. Nice. Overindulgence, enjoyment of sexual pleasure, a tendency to become domineering baroness. Yeah, that would describe Foodie's past pretty well. She was very early on in her YouTube channel. Well, actually, this was just a few years ago. She FFG calls her a charmute. She got around sexually, and she was just she would like brag about these situations, sexual situations she would find herself in. Overindulgence, definitely. I mean, she didn't magically get to the weight she is now, but not just in food. She overindulges in any pleasurable activity, narcotic or drug related. But yeah, that's definitely a good representation for her past, and some of that is even like bleeding into the present. But yeah, definitely like that thing in her brain that makes her want to overindulge in those things definitely is reflected in her current state. So then we have card number 5, which is recent past events. So these are things that so like I said, this is probably more indicated of like a few years ago. This past card is more, it could be a few months ago to a few weeks ago. It's much more recent than what this one's supposed to be representing. Okay, it says recent past and actions or behavior in the distant past that influence the current situation or form of an underpinning of present attitudes. This word is beneath the questioner. It's supposed to be more current, but in the past. We have the 2 of Pentacles. Let's see. Of course, I went right, but there we go. So don't lose sight of other circumstances as you try to balance 2 areas of your life. Don't take on more than you can handle. So don't you lose sight of other circumstances. So it's talking about balancing 2 areas of her life, her YouTube life and her religion, her Muslim. She's a Muslim. I think those are the 2 areas of her life she's trying to balance out, because I think to a degree she does want to be a good Muslim. At the very least, she wants to come off as a good Muslim, but at the same time, like, she has her YouTube channel which she uses to rage and say awful things, and this might be indicating of the recent rage she had. Again, like, balancing these 2 areas of her life. One minute she's wishing death on another YouTuber, and then the next one she's saying, oh, I'll ask for forgiveness. And so I honestly think this is YouTube and her religion are the 2 balancing, and it definitely would be an indicator of a more recent past. Okay, that was the 5th card. So we're on the 6th one already. Where are we? Future influence. Nice. So this is the near future, including other people entering the picture and short-term changes that may occur. Okay. So this is in front of the current situation. We have the 3 of Rods. I don't think I've ever gotten the 3 of Rods before. Trade and bargaining are on the horizon. Although compromise is necessary, you are negotiating from a position of strength. Okay, the trade and bargaining, that's actually a part of her cycle, her health cycle of, okay, she goes hard into like the health stuff, and then she'll kind of make little exceptions for herself, and then she goes what Stanza cooks. She calls it her bargaining phase, where it's like, well, I'm going to eat this, but I'm not going to eat that. One of the examples is that she wants to make a chicken pot pie, but she's going to do it without the crust. Or she says that when she eats unhealthy, she only eats a little bit, but when she eats healthy, she eats more of that. It's the bargaining. And it seems like this card is an indication of she'll be doing more of that. Or if I'm right, and this is actually a MLM or unicity influence, the bargaining could just be business related. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, we have the 7th card is about the questioner. It says this card indicates how the questioner feels about the present situation. It may reveal a course of action as well as suggest the role the questioner must play in directing future events. Here we go, number 7. Death. Okay. Death always gets a bad rep. But you know what? Death actually isn't a bad card at all. Usually it's change, like a very drastic change. This card usually indicates rebirth or transition rather than physical death. Accept change so that rebirth can occur. Let go of past issues holding you back. And so if this card is in fact representing, because it says suggest the role the questioner must play in directing future events. Or it says it may reveal a course of action. What this card is suggesting is that Foodie needs to do a complete 180. She needs to completely change. She has to change her course to either go towards the outcome we're leading up to or away from it. I think it's saying, like, to achieve this hope and dream, she has to completely alter. She has to change. It's her only hope, because she's so stuck in this like cycle that she's doing. It's not even loop anymore. It's more of a spiral, and the spiral is getting tighter and tighter and tighter because her cycle is just getting shorter and shorter and shorter. She's going through these phases like faster and faster and faster. And her only way out is a complete rebirth and transition. And that would be her only hope out of it. That's the only thing I can think of this card could representing. I don't think it's an actual like indicator of death, especially in its position. Inner emotions. What fears trouble the questioner? What does the questioner secretly wish for? This card divulges the hidden desires and attitudes of the questioner, as well as upcoming changes in the questioner's perspective. Let's see if we get a change of perspective, or hope, or a dream. Or we have the Two of Rods. It is reversed. There we go. It says, try not to lose heart or let others hold you back. Keep the faith. What does the questioner secretly do? It does say hidden desires. And it says, try not to lose heart or let others hold you back. I think it's about the transition card. I think what happens when Foodie goes through like this health stuff is that she tends to fall off the wagon. And in falling off the wagon, she loses heart. She loses that confidence of being, you know, able to do like her health part. And well, then the treadmill too. I think she lost heart. People kept ragging on her like, hey, you need to do more than 10 minutes. You know, you got to do that longer. You got to walk faster to get any real results. And I think she felt like she was working really hard being on that treadmill, which at her weight, yeah, she is working really hard at her weight. And I totally agreed with her at the time, was that she should go slow and steady and then eventually build herself up. But, you know, trolls on the internet and people having their own 2 cents in there, and she very well could have just lost that confidence that she had. And I think in that tends to knock her down back into her cycle, is that loss of confidence. So it's saying, you know, you gotta completely change, and then you gotta keep the faith. Okay, then we have inner emotions. Wait. Was that the right one? Oh, it was not the right one. That's the 8th card. I read out the 9th. Whoops. Because it says the 8th card represents people and outside factors that may affect the outcome, which makes my explanation of this card make way more sense. Oh no. So this card I'm about to flip. This is the one, is the fears or they secretly wish for. And we have the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is the wish card. When it's right side up, right now is reversed. See, I'm starting to remember them. It says, errors or obstacles stand in the way of success. Don't allow an excess of confidence to blind you to the truth. So that's definitely a fear. Yeah. Errors and obstacles stand in the way of success. I think that's definitely Foodie's biggest fear. And to be honest with you, Foodie is her own biggest obstacle. She may not realize, and it does indicate, don't allow excess of confidence blinding you to the truth. And I think that's a part of her problem as well. She's so confident in what she says and does. She doesn't see the hurt that she's doing to herself. She doesn't see herself putting up those obstacles, because she just thinks when she starts this stuff up, she's like completely infallible. And even when she messes up, it's not really a mess up. You know, she controlled that. You know, she allowed herself to do that. Therefore, she's doing the right thing. Especially when she explains, you know, I have to take baby steps. You know, I can't change overnight. And all those things are true. No one can change overnight. But I do feel like Foodie does, her overconfidence does tend to knock her over a little bit. All right. So I had a little mess up right there, but let's wrap things up. We have the outcome card. So what is the outcome of all of this? Let's find out. The King of Swords. I'm going to put him right there because there's no space over here. I've gotten the King of Swords before. You think I would remember? It says, pursuing a career in law or publishing. His leadership is unquestioned. He is highly analytical. His leadership is unquestioned. That is an interesting outcome. And it's funny because the King of Swords is usually like usually like indicates like towards a person. But highly analytical, often pursuing a career in law or publishing. The only publishing I can think of is like YouTube publishing. I don't know if Salah is going to. I know he has his own YouTube channel, but I don't think it does too well. It says his leadership is unquestioned. I know at the beginning of this health arc, Foodie said that she was going to put kind of her health in his hands, to where like he's going to decide like what she eats, and you know, we'll give her the okay or give her the no. We'll keep things from her. And that in a way could work. And that outcome could be possible with this card, with completely changing. She would have to completely give up all control. And right now, I don't think he has really much to do with much of what she eats. I think she's still eating what she wants. I think the only thing he might be in control of is the takeout. And even then, like, you could stop ordering takeout can only get you so far. You still have to eat well when you're at home. Like, it's not just about home cooking. You have to, like, you even have to watch your own home cooking, like between the butter, oil, the fat from cream, cheese, and like those things aren't bad to have in moderation, but you know, we don't know how often or how much she's putting those things into her own cooking. So there's that. So it seems like the outcome would be to give Salah complete control, or that he does take complete control. I don't know, but there's definitely someone whose leadership is unquestioned. So basically, someone's going to take control of the situation, and no one's really going to question it. Well, maybe Foodie won't question it, or maybe people won't question her leadership. Because that could be an indicator towards that too, where like maybe Salah completely gives up trying to control her diet and just lets her do whatever she wants and doesn't question her anymore about what she's eating and how much she's eating. It could be an indicator of that. It's funny that the outcome could go both ways. It all just depends on the death card, on if she's going to change and if she can change. Well, that's it for the Celtic Cross for Foodie Beauty. As a thank you, I like to do an intuition pull just for you. Okay, I'm feeling this. Oh, I should probably pick up my guidebook again because I'm not going to know what this card means. Oh, it's the Three of Cups. Three of Cups, and it is right side up for you. It's party time. Relax and take credit for a job well done. You may be moving towards retirement. Well, congratulations. And thank you for joining me today. You have a great day.